Hey guys, what's up? Keegan here. And I'm just going through a few audio effects racks in Ableton that I've made, and I want to give them away for free. It's coming up to Christmas, and this is something I've wanted to make for a little while. I'm just going to give you a demonstration, and then you can go and grab them for free if you like. So the first rack I've got here is a drum bus, and I'll just give you a quick play down of this loop here. Make sure everything's off. Cool, there we go. So I've tried to make something really flexible, something that you can really, get some EQ, you can filter it down. I actually forgot to show that. Just quickly show that here. I've tried to make something really versatile that can be used on drums of any kind, real drum loops or real drum buses, more modern stuff. So you can go from clean to crazy, psychedelic. You can put chorus on there, you can modulate it. There's sort of two different verbs on there that you can blend between the two. Sometimes people want to chuck a bit of delay on the drum, so I've put that in there, and then just utility stuff like mono bass, stereo width, and then here's how it sounds on another loop. The second rack I want to have a look at is this Vox sample rack here, which I've made, and this is the dry sample here.
Yeah.
And this is with a bit of the processing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so again, this has got basic filtering here, but this is taking out all the low end.
Yeah.
So you can really sort of control and get that modern vocal sample sound. You've got your drive, which is a saturation.
Yeah.
And your compression here.
Yeah.
There's also modulation, which is a chorus here and the chorus ensemble here.
Yeah.
And stereo width.
Yeah.
And delay.
Yeah.
Which I've just set to a quarter note to make it really easy. And then this reverb here as well. So you've got two distinct different reverbs there, which you can go between. One long, one short, sort of dark and bright. And then there's also this fun little one here, which I've chucked in, which I thought was a really cool preset that Ableton do.
Yeah.
And moving on, next we've got the bass rack. This bass rack I've kind of designed it to be as versatile as possible, so you can go anything from like super clean to full-on fuzz for rock or like saturating 808s and stuff like that. So we'll start off with a cutoff here, which is simple low pass. Because who doesn't need to filter different sections between their songs? Next I've got an overdrive, which is kind of acting as a overdrive pedal pre-amp which is then followed by this amp cabinet sim here. It's subtle, but it just helps put that bass sound in a different sort of sonic space if that's what you're after. So if you're recording bass guitar DI, this is a really good idea. But if you're using, like a synth bass or something, you may not want to use this setting on here. And then we've got saturation again. And fuzz. So you can go from super clean to absolutely destroyed, which I think is a really cool part of this rack. And then I've got a low EQ boost here. It's a shelf, so you can cut it or boost it. And a high EQ shelf here as well, which I think is at around 4K. Flanger if you want to do something more psychedelic. And chorus. Compression up here, just if you want to put a bit of glue on your bass, and just a bit of delay as well if you want to throw that on there. Again, not always needed, but sometimes you just want to chuck something cool on your bass and give it a bit of stereo movement, a bit of groove, so that's a cool way to do that there. And then moving on to the last rack, I've got a ultimate lead vocal rack here, which I've made. This is what it sounds like dry.
Say you'll be mine. Say that you will, say that you will.
So this starts off with a high pass if you want to take out some low end on your vocals.
Say you'll be mine.
Actually, let's turn everything off. Here, you can filter out all the low end if you like.
Say you'll be mine. Say you'll be.
So filter that to taste, get out all of that low end that you don't need. I've got a presence boost here, which is correlating with this channel EQ here on the top end.
Say you'll be mine. Say you'll be mine.
It's kind of a smoother EQ. It's not as obvious as the channel 8, the EQ 8 EQ. And then next we've got this de-esser here, which I've set to a couple of de-essers.
Say that you will, say that you will. Say that you will, say that you will. Say that you will, say that you will.
So the de-essing in Ableton using their compression plugin isn't perfect, but this is a pretty good way to get some of those tops out of there. You could always swap that out for your own third-party de-esser if you've got one, like the Waves de-esser or FabFilter Pro DS, which I personally love. Next, we've got the compression, which is also glue.
Say that you will, say that you will. Say that you will, say that you will.
And saturation.
Say that you will, say that you will.
So that's set to the analog clip here in the saturator plugin, and then a bit of limiting to flatten the whole thing out.
Say that you will, say that you will.
And then I've got modulation, which is a chorus.
Say that you will, say that you will.
If you just want to add a bit of stereo width to your vocal, this overdrive here.
Say that you will, say that you will.
If you really want to push the vocal, and delay mix here again on quarter notes.
Say that you will, say that you will. You will always be the deepest part of me.
And then a great reverb on the end there, just with the reverb plugin. This actually worked really well for vocals, so I decided to put that in there. And this is what it sounds like.
Say you'll be mine. Say that you will, say that you will. You will always be the deepest part of me.
And there we have it. 4 audio effects racks, which I think sound great, work really well. They're meant to be really, really versatile and just kind of help you get your mix in a good place really quickly. Yeah, they'll be up for free on my website, and follow the link to find those. And I hope you love them, and I hope you get a lot of use out of them. Please let me know if you do. Thank you.